On Snowball Earth, the temperature has always been a major factor in our survival, but I never imagined that we would be facing the extremely high temperatures of boiling hot lava. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Vintage Story Snowball Earth. We are back with episode number 14, and the playlist is linked down below if you need to get caught up or if you've missed an episode. But we are standing on the foundation of our new building. I've extended it a little bit since the last episode, and then I just moved all of our stuff over here. Boring process of just emptying out my inventory several times, but you can kind of start to see what's going to be a very small building to start with. I think I'm going to branch off over here and build a nice little blacksmithing area. It's still going to be enclosed. Obviously, we need to keep warm in this area, but I wanted to incorporate these two somehow. That might come later. For now, we just need to get the walls up. And of course, because clay is such a limited resource in this world, we are going to be relying very much on wood walls here. So I don't think I'm going to use another piece of cobblestone. I literally have one piece left. Where is it? There it is. So if I need it for something, maybe a second hearth or something, yeah, we'll use that. But there's still a bit of clay underground, as we discovered in the last episode, hidden nicely under the black coal deposit that we, of course, can now harvest, or mine out, I should say. We've got the bronze pickaxe, and over here, I've got a whole bunch of tin stuff too, but obviously the blacksmithing and crafting is kind of on hold until we get the shelter up. So what I want to do, instead of using more cobblestone as floor for a blacksmithing, a little trick I've learned is to use gravel. Gravel has a nice crunchy, satisfying sound when you walk on it, and if used in a blacksmithing area, it gives it a good kind of feel and look to it. I think it's a natural type of ground too for a blacksmith, even in real life. So we're going to have to venture down to the shore of our little lake once more, and as promised, I'm going to have to maybe trek out a little bit farther and wider to check some of these holes, the raccoon holes that we found. Yeah, we had a big mishap in the last episode with our underground farming. I won't spoil it again. If you missed it, check the playlist, link down below in the description, but we have to get more seeds. I've only got 2 growing currently, a couple more actually, but regardless, we need to recover a bit from the last episode. So let's get things started and our adventure underway. Well, luckily there's plenty of berries out here. I am just heading kind of northwest right now. You can see on the mini-map there's a tree hollow ahead of us. It's a good little distance still. We're going to have to trek across some icy hills. Ooh, what do we got here? Large bite marks, guys. That's not a good sign. There could be a bear or even worse around here, but I have been harvesting some birds and penguins as I go. Got a couple of foxes too, interestingly, but they didn't drop any meat. I'm also kind of trying to find an alternate to limestone gravel. I do want to use gravel as a floor for the blacksmith, but I don't want to do the limestone because I've already got limestone cobble as a floor. So I think if we venture out a little bit farther, we might get lucky and find something. But I'm also, of course, keeping my eyes open for new tree hollows, or maybe we should let's see, what do we got here? Okay, we've got, let's take a reading at this point. Can I get down in this hole without dying? We can always tower back out of here. All right, let's take a quick sample. Wait, what's it set to? Long range. We're not too far from a couple other samples I've taken, but far enough. I think it's a good idea. All right, and this is actually the general vicinity where I think we got some halite readings. So, well, not this time. Let's see. Yeah, there's halite in that reading and that, although it's minuscule, so who knows. But let me tower out of here. I need to keep a decent little stack of dirt on me, though. In case we do see a bear charges me, that's going to be my strategy. Tower up. I know I mention it a lot, but it's because I'm trying to remind myself to... Oh, there he is. Yeah, I'm trying to remind myself. Yeah, so when I finally encounter something, there's another one. See, they do stand out, definitely, if we're traveling through, like, this kind of a region. So, yeah, I do feel a bit more safe in the forest at this point, at least. Oh, my gosh. Still, this undergrowth, it's killing me, people. Let's see, looks like we got another cave dead ahead. Let's go take another sample over there. Wait. Okay, there. Ooh, lapis lazuli. Yeah, there is a magnetite reading under there. So, yeah, I think we'll do another sample here. Let's see what we get at this location. All right. And very poor magnetite. So, it is not far from our original one, but this is... I saw a shadow. Swear to God. Okay, I think it was just the wind. Yeah, but this is how we zero in on, you know, the higher quantities. So we know now that magnetite, it gets less frequent in this direction as opposed to the original mark. So now we would take one like up here, here, maybe even over here. So again, just taking the more samples, the better. As long as you're not taking them like directly on top of each other. That would be kind of pointless. All right, I do not... Okay, those two are alive. I do not like this wood, though. You know, it's funny because I say, oh, I feel more comfortable, but then the second the undergrowth starts to increase, I get a lot less comfortable, no doubt about it. Oh, boy. All right, now comes the dangerous part. It's really quick jaunt here. I chose the thinnest part, but this, oh, my God. Oh, I thought that was a raptor. Or no, I'm sorry, T-Rex. I was going to say the only place we've ever spotted T-Rexes is up in these glacial hills. But you know what, to be honest, I think that... Oh, crap. Whoa! Holy crap. Holy crap. It actually worked. Oh my God, okay, wow. I think I heard my armor break. Wow, that might have saved my life. Look at my health. Oh boy, towering up worked. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I had my eyes on that freaking T-Rex right there. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I've only got... this. I've got some wood though, so I could literally use the wood to like build out that direction and just jump off and run. Where did it go? I was thinking maybe the deer would like aggro any predators. What, that bear just literally disappeared? What the heck, man? What the heck? Did it go back into the hills? Well, it's futile now because there's a T-Rex, maybe two. See that lump right there? Yeah, you can see one of the body parts. And then right there, there's two T-Rexes. Holy crap. Man, oh man, that is bad news. There's a bunch of brown coal over there too. I'm just glad it's not black coal, to be honest. If it was, I'd be real disappointed. I mean, a single tree hollow. Obviously, I'm not going to worry about trying to cross to go there. We're just going to retreat, but... I really wish I knew where the heck that bear went to. There's one over there. I see a dead bird by him. I don't know if that's the one that had just attacked me, but I did not bring any healing with me. Man, oh man, what a disaster. Well, ultimately, I guess it was a success. Towering up certainly was. Alright, let's see. Let's just fill ourselves up. What I'm going to do is... tower down, trying to get the blocks, and just, yeah, we'll just return the way we came. Man, oh man. Now, one good side note, while we're up here in safety for the moment, I took a couple more samples. Where is it? Not that one. that one. Look at the reading of magnetite. High magnetite. Of course, for anybody unaware, magnetite is also iron. It can be forged into iron. So that is going to be one of the places we definitely search for. And it's just dead ahead. It's not far. Unfortunately, no more readings of salt, but I'm definitely going to take more readings in this area. Just maybe not today. With our health where it is, we need to get home, and I need to start making sure to bring healing items with me on these trips. Oh man, there's definitely two of them, and they kind of moseying their way over here. I think it's time to go, people. I've picked the route that we want to run. I just want to get a nice stack of these. We can... Let's go. It's this direction. Run, run, run. 9 of them. I don't know. You obviously want more than enough dirt, but as soon as I feel somewhat comfortable, we're going to stop and pick up some more dirt. What's that? Christ, polar bear. Polar bear, that was the route I was going to run to. It was nice and open. Crap. Well, we have to duck into the trees and the bushes. I guess we'll have to use the thick undergrowth to our advantage here. Let me go ahead right now. As soon as we find some low fertility soil, that's really what I've got. Oh my gosh. So it definitely gets more open as we backtrack a little bit. Sorry for the jumping too. I have to try and keep visibility high, but all right, let's grab some of this dirt. The rest of the way, I mean, I've already traveled it, so unless some bears or T-Rexes have moved in behind me, we should be fairly safe. Do I just grab the gravel? The limestone gravel? You know, I've got a stack of it already, but it's for panning and using in the garden, so I think I will take the time, but maybe we can do that closer to home, to be honest. Another one. Oh, we are definitely threading the needle here between polar bears and every other threat that this crazy world has to offer. Okay, well, we have almost made it back home. None too soon. I've run out of food. Actually, that's not true. I got like a tiny bit here in the bowl, but I did stop and get some gravel by the shoreline of our little lake, so I should be able to work through the night, extending and laying out the foundation here. Oh, it's good to be back home. Yeah. So we've got 60. It doesn't have to be too big. It probably won't go much past like here. But I also took a couple other samples while I was... Let's go inside where it's nice and safe. Oh, it's just good to feel like perfectly secure inside an actual building. Hopefully this will be one of the last times I have to come in here. But so I also got some flax fibers, which are so crucial, even if it's just a couple. Obviously they drop from the goblins. But let's take a look. Nothing too exciting here. Yes, that we've already known. I think the samples I took was this one. Maybe it was, well, the samples weren't very impressive regardless. Yeah, that magnetite over here, that was the big one. Very poor. I think it was this one. This one. It's one of them. Oh, it's the green one. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to remember it's the nice shiny lime green one. We need to get up here and search around a bit. It's just, I mean, that's literally polar bear country. But one thing I do want to do, let's see. I think I've got some stew out here ready to go. Yeah, so let's eat. And I do have a pretty full inventory. My basket is full. Let's see. Oh, I've got to take that out of my hand. Let's take a look at what's in the basket. There's a lot of food, so let's go back in the house, actually. That's another thing we're going to have to work on is a proper cellar here. So we'll grab that. Oh, yeah, I got 9 pieces of poultry, 2 pieces of red meat. It's a good little start. What else do we got down here? That one's only fresh for 13 hours. That one's good for 4 hours. Okay, we won't combine them. Berries are still good for a while. That's helpful. Got some jerky there, a bunch of pine nuts, 1 single mushroom left. Those things last forever. So, yeah, we definitely need to do a little bit of cooking for sure, but everything else is just going to get put away. I will recover the bits from that copper tool. That was a pro pick there that broke. And like I said, I'm going to stack everything else off. But I really want to check on our underground garden, see how that's going. I haven't seen it since the last horrible incident in the previous episode. So let's go below right now and check it out. All right, here we are at the bottom. If you're very quiet, you can hear the lava bubbling. Temperature's pretty low down here, but we're still in the tunnel. Let's see what it's like inside. I think that's accurate, even behind the door here. Oh boy. Yeah, there's lava behind this wall. Take it from me, for sure. We've also started placing our stuff, like our chest, up high on the wall. Once again, that's just for precautionary measures. I did go ahead and get every seed planted, didn't I? Grow speed's pretty crappy on these. Heat. Yeah, that happened the last time when we tried to grow the rye. I think I'll just leave them in the ground. There's not, unless I go up like maybe a couple levels where it's a little bit cooler. Maybe that won't happen to them. We are in the middle of the night. It's 1 a.m., so technically this is like the coldest time. But then again, it's also summer too, so during the height of the day, it's going to get the hottest right now, but I don't know if we'll be able to grow down here at all during the winter. We'll see. We've got several nice long months to go, though, before that period, so I'm hoping we will see these. I might actually, you know what I should do? Spare some of our clay and make a watering can, because the moisture level is only 75, and it will be perfectly watered at 75% with these here without any effort. But, I mean, since we're in low fertility soil, I'm going to get some bone meal too, and I think just sprinkle that on maybe some of the ones that could use it. But we need to take every advantage we can with these crops to really get them to produce. And that includes not dumping a ton of lava on top of them. All right, well, I'm trying a little experiment here with the glacial ice, and we'll see how this works. Doesn't have to be beautiful, but a little bit of natural light is always nice during the day. And there's just so much of it here. I figured I should incorporate it into the build, but there we go. I think the room is small enough to maintain heat just with the fire. And like I said, I am going to expand out that way with the forge and lay down some of that gravel. I've got 60 of them. Might have to go back for a bit more. And you know, these roof, this kind of slanted, and then all the different other pieces, it really does eat through the boards when you make this stuff. So I might have to go cut down a few more pine trees. In fact, I'm almost certain of it, but that's not the end of the world. We do still have a nice little, you know, forest next to the shoreline, but honestly, that's not going to last forever. It won't. But good news. Oh, you can see I've almost completely torn down the shack. Whoops, forgot about this guy here. Let's grab him. Yeah, we'll put that in our new home. Actually, let's place it out here. There we go. Beautiful. I got to get rid of this ice here too. But yeah, this is all going to come down as soon as I'm ready to move it. Let's see here. Yeah, this is really the reason why I want to do like a separate kind of blacksmith area, just because of all the different molds we've got to lay out for now, at least until we get up into the Iron Age. And I might even incorporate like a charcoal pit into the blacksmith area as well. I really do get excited for building. Oh my gosh, and I just realized I still have not placed... I'm going to use this black coal here. This should help speed up the process. I forgot all about that. I meant to do that when we returned from our little expedition in the last episode. Alright, beautiful. So we get these lit. These are just all raw fire clay bricks. I wanted to make sure that I got a couple rounds of these before I used up all the fire clays on like watering cans and stuff. But gotta watch out not to burn myself. I'll have to go sit in the wonderful healing waters of the spa here to heal up. But yeah, still a bit more building to do. I might eventually take out this ice altogether and just go with, I don't know, another kind of wood. but really you can't tell until you get the roof on there. So it's a plane, it's not a perfect square, just a little rectangular thing. Maybe we'll do some more detailing to it as we get going, but really for me the important thing in this world is just getting it up a shelter, and then, you know, getting out there and continuing to forage and explore. Here we are on top of our new building, putting the final touches on the roof there. Look at that. Oh, any T-Rexes off in the distance? Oh my god, you know what, at this point I almost don't want to know. If there are any around the base, just stay away. Yeah, I've talked about getting a fence up too. I think I'm gonna definitely work on that. I made another excursion out to the pine forest, so we should have enough planks to make plenty of fences now. But let's take a look at it here. It's not much to see, like I said. The roof is so shallow. Normally I would come out a little bit farther like this, you know, go over it like that, so the roof would kind of come down a bit more, but I don't even think I'm going to bother with that. I've got a few extra roof tiles, but we're going to need those for the blacksmith. So yeah, like I said, this isn't an aesthetic build. It's just for functionality here, so don't judge me. No mean comments. No, I'm just kidding, but ultimately, I think it's looking pretty good. I feel more secure in here, and it's definitely not an eyesore like the igloo that we had. Got to get down some of my scaffolding blocks here, but yeah, so like I said, now that we've got this up simple, quick, we can focus on more important adventures. And as much as I don't want to, I think we do need to go out and check a few more hollows. Now, I don't know how long it's been since we checked those. This one is doable. Remember, the Mosasaur alley is right over here. This is where I died in the water to Mosasaurs. This one's checkable, though. I've made this trek before. You know what? And there could easily be another hollow or something in this vicinity. So, ugh. Like I said, I don't want to, but I think I'm going to force myself to get out and do a little traveling. It's a good change of pace, too, after our little building. But let's see here. Let's make sure we're prepared. I'll just put that away in there. And the sticks go over here. Beautiful. Yeah, this will give our crops a little bit of time to grow. Definitely need to get more dirt. And, oh yeah, we've got a few tools I'm going to need to probably take. So let's see here. I've got the axe. I'll just grab all of these, turn them into tools, and then of course, whoops, I'm going to leave those out of here for now till we get the blacksmith all set up. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and upgrade to the Falks too. There's no reason to kind of, you know, wait till like this one breaks. What I'll do with that copper Falks is set it aside, hanging on the wall, and if I ever die and I'm struggling to like get back to my body, maybe I have to fight some goblins or something to get to the body, then we'll have at least a backup weapon. Oh crap, I kind of can't get in that door. So like I said, I've got a little bit of crafting, not much, and then we're gonna hit the trail, folks, so prepare yourselves, hopefully for a smooth hike and not another grizzly bear encounter. Good morning, everyone. It was a little bit too late last night to set out on our adventure, but I promise we will here very shortly. I'm pretty prepared. I just want to set up our charcoal before we leave, so I'm going to fill this real quick. All right, there we go. And over here, the fire clay bricks are all done. We don't really need to work on with those yet. I was just getting ahead of the game with those, but I have set up another 4 rounds of pottery here. We've got a vessel, some more crock pots. This is the large hook mold. These are great for preserving meat. And I'll show you how to do that, obviously, once that's done. And as promised, a watering can to help out with our little garden below ground. Let's get these going. I'm just going to use some regular wood for this one. Yeah, we've got plenty of firewood now. No need to waste the charcoal or the black coal. Stuff's too valuable. So, and we're going to be on a little hike anyway, so it's not like super quick. I'll get that stuff lit up, but let's just take a look inside. Not too much in the way of changes, obviously, just getting more and more organized. I moved the food in here finally, but we just got a bowl, and I'm going to probably pick some berries as we go. I am not going to construct a raft. Oh, get out of here, you. I think it might be better for us to swim this trip. It's not like a long journey across the ocean. I actually think this is an ocean here, but we're just going to go from here to here. And as we learned in our previous encounter, fatal encounter I might add, with the mosasaurs, it's better to be able to dive than just try and out-paddle them, because I don't think we can do that. I don't think it's possible to out-paddle the mosasaurs. Maybe with the sailboat, but that's not something I've tried. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep the firewood. That way we can start a fire as we go. And I think we are ready. So let's set out and see if we can find some more tree hollows. All right, well, as we've previously seen, this is often the most dangerous part, going up these snowy peaks, but we've got to get over here. Either way, let's move. I've got the dirt in my hand. That is so cool seeing that like that. Alright, I might tower up from right here just to be extra safe. Give us a better view. Make sure there's nothing just on the other side of the hill. That's really the danger, that there's like a polar bear like right there, just sleeping or something. We see anything in our way? Wow, looks relatively clear. Yeah, that's off in the wrong direction, so we're kind of looking over here. Okay, I don't see anything moving. Let's book it. Let's book it while it's still peaceful and quiet here in the morning, and it seems like we're the only thing out on these hilltops. Oh boy, can't take anything for granted, can ya? I barely moved like more than 20 feet, and there's a bear popping up already. I think we can cut through maybe this forest over here. Yeah, this might actually be a better route. Let's get that dirt in our hands. Oh, and I did remake the armor too, so we've got a fresh set of improvised body armor. Oh god, he's moving this way. I'm pretty sure that saved my life last time, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be wearing that until we can get something a little bit better. I'm thinking about actually just doing some molds for the lamalier, however it's pronounced. Yeah, I might try some of that armor. Let's see. Alright, so while we're here, we should keep our eyes peeled for any more tree hollows. Not really on the lookout for anything else right now, except maybe some food that we can take with us, you know, or cook up along the way. So let's see what we can find on this dangerous trip today. Oh no, that right there, that is a T-Rex nest, people. That is a real bad sign. It could be old, but it could be fresh. I don't see any active eggs in it, but that's directly the way we need to go. It's right through here and up over this hill. There's a little bit of a valley there. Maybe we can sneak through. I think it's definitely worth towering up again just to take a look. Doesn't take more than a moment, and it really is the safest thing to do. I forgot to, I do have a raft right there. That's the purple mark. Speaking of marks too, I took a couple of Propic samples. Look at this, very poor halite, 10%. Over here, very poor halite, 12%. That's resin. But the halite readings are definitely stronger in this place. It's nowhere near the other readings too, but I'm thinking maybe it's because we're close to the ocean. Maybe there's a salt dome somewhere situated nearby, which would be incredible, because it's even more extensive than like a hematite strike. Normally, when you fight hematite, your first strike, that's all you need, you know, because it's so plentiful, at least for a couple seasons. Same way with salt. When you find a halite or salt dome, oh my god, you will have so much of it, you'll never need to search for it again. But, alright, I'm chitter-chattering here because I'm nervous. Let's get down in this valley. This looks much, much safer to me. Yeah, oh, this is nice. It's almost even kind of blocking the wind a bit. Let's grab these. What do we got? Lingonberries. Yep, those are fine to eat. Just trying to nibble on whatever we can while we've got the time. Also taking out enemies. Let's go. Is there a second one? Okay, no drops there, no drops. Oh, we got penguins. I might actually grab some of those. I got plenty of room. I'm actually trying to make an effort to break these spears too. I'm going to use some of the precious flax twine that we have and actually make one of the bows. Like, it's not a good version, but it's not the worst version of the bow, but we do have to use flax twine for it. So I think that's a good investment though, because I've got a ton of arrowheads. And they're more effective, they take less inventory space, so all in all, I like that idea. Alright, but you can tell I'm putting off this swim here. We've still got plenty of daylight. Let me just collect the last of these little penguins, and we're going to take the big plunge and head up. Oh boy, we got a wolf here. Let's try and spook him. Yeah, I noticed a carcass. Instead of swimming, I decided to kind of walk along the coast. Wait, can we take it out and get some more meat? This is definitely going to be a multi-day journey. Oh, nice. Oh, kind of freed him. He was stuck there for a second, but my spear seems to have freed him from the ice. Alright, I'm not going to chase him back in the wrong direction. We do have some elk. Getting one of those would be a nice boon. I don't know though. We have to be careful. Just because there's prey animals about doesn't mean there can't be some sort of T-Rex. Now here we go. What are we doing down here, mister? You stuck? Thought he was going to attack me for a second. Nice. Alright, that should be a big chunk of red meat there. Maybe even some horns, some bones. Oh yeah. Very good, very good. I've got a basket on my back. That's a lot of meat. Well, that's okay. Is this? Oh, we've got claystone here. Now wait a second. This needs to be marked for sure. One thing, I believe, I might be mistaken, back me up in the comments or correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the types of biomes that sulfur can occur in naturally is a claystone rock biome. So this could be really important for sulfur, which obviously we need a lot of. Let's just take a sample while we're here. I did take another one a little bit farther up the coast. Unfortunately, no better halite readings previously, but we'll see what this one tells us. Maybe we'll go look and see some sulfur. Okay, native copper's decent. Sulfur's at the bottom of the list, but again, you know, that's good to see it. And we've marked it. Did I mark it? Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay. Let's change the color of that to like a darker brown. There we go. Alright, so we've managed our map. It is raining like crazy, and I am losing daylight, so let's flash forward to the hollow of the tree. Or, oh my god, a bunch of puppies. Aww. Aww. I'm not going to hunt them, but I think I know where their parent went to. Oh well, at least it's not T-Rexes, right? Alright, I think we're coming up to the tree. Which one is it? Is it this one over here? Wait a second, which tree is it? I didn't mark it very well, did I? I think it, oh, there it is, I see it. Oh, no, I think it's empty. Or wait, maybe it's got, it does have something. Okay, okay. Let's put this stuff away. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, a single rice seed. Well, actually, those are... Yeah, there's nothing else in there. Those are actually a lot more viable now that we've seen the temperature of our little underground farming area, for sure, for sure. But, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? Collect up some grass, some hay. I think we'll make a bed. I should have brought one, but I didn't. But we're going to sleep out here and potentially make a trek to the next area. Yeah, there's two right by each other. It's a dangerous spot though, but I think if we just trek the coast and then cut across here, we'll just swim it. Obviously, I don't have the raft with me. We might be able to make it. If, you know, I might even travel like over here. We'll see, we'll see. We've got more journeying to do ahead of us for sure, but we're well prepared, at least as prepared as we can be, and I know some more tricks now. You know, I got to keep this low fertility soil on the hotbar, ready to tower up at any point. It's not necessarily a guaranteed safeguard, but it's already saved our life once. Yeah, this claystone might be nice for some building material too down the road, but wow, guys, it's been quite an adventure today. We've definitely made some progress, and we've encountered some very dangerous creatures, but I think what we'll do is we'll leave it right here, kind of on a cliffhanger. You'll have to tune in for the next episode to see the conclusion of our little adventure out here in the wilds, and hopefully we can return back to our little new hut with our own two legs and not via spawning after death. But like I said, tune in to the next one to find out, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one.